So let it go. The idea of clinging to people, possessions, identities, or desired results is something that we find, if we let go, cultivates freedoms from these fixations. Consider that now. It's a fixation. Okay, and surrender, I think some of you have heard that. Surrender. This involves a conscious choice to stop trying to control every aspect of life and instead trust in a larger or higher power, such as God, the universe, whatever name you wish to use, and it's about accepting reality as it is, rather than the constant mental engagement in attempting to see it your way, make it your way, you accept. So, I just spoke of acceptance. Letting go requires acknowledging and accepting the current reality, including, the things that are uncomfortable. Okay, some of you caught that, some of you didn't. I didn't exactly let go of that, and that was deliberately. So we're talking about grief, anger, fear, without judgment or resistance. It's accepting. It allows for emotional processing and healing to actually occur. So, being present, okay? Being present is the practice of letting go, and it involves bringing non-judgmental awareness to the here and now. Now, all these things that I'm speaking of as if it were so light and so easy, when in reality it is personally challenging if you actually engage in doing it, because what you are doing is you are becoming aware of who you believed yourself to be, acting out these versions of yourself that tried to control and manipulate and so on and so forth, and you're starting to realize it doesn't really work well. And when you get honest, you see it doesn't really feel well. So you're able to open up doors because you're making room to move through and see the door is there. Okay, so when you actually go through this process of becoming aware of who you believe yourself to be, and you become aware of the actions that you have been taking in order to try to have that self that you are attempting to be feel comfortable, well, you start realizing how uncomfortable you really are. How many of you have gone through the process of blaming something on someone else? Pretty common, right? Yeah. But the thing of it is that when you start getting honest, you start realizing, wait a minute, I am the one who is blaming someone else for something that I am identifying with. If I didn't identify with it, it wouldn't matter what they said, what they did. It wouldn't touch me. But if it touches me, then I have some part to play in it. So then you grow through that, and sometimes, that growth is so easy, and other times it isn't. Because we all have things that we have hidden from ourselves, about ourselves, and use these behaviors and these versions of ourselves to try to make it possible to then live a life that was somewhat normal, somewhat easy, and okay, you get the pitch. And that's because the ones who are nodding their heads yes have been there. We've done it. And you know you gain benefits from it because you gain emotional freedom and you actually feel peaceful in yourself when you're no longer acting these out. So letting go creates space. It creates space for new opportunities, for new experiences, and for self-discovery. You see, this is one thing that I believe if they had it in grade 1 through 6, and it is in a progression, we would not have the world we have right now. And I firmly believe that somewhere along the way, we as human beings are going to get that, and we're actually going to have that as a primary awakening and learning. So until then, it's up to us on an individual basis. And letting go also, it reduces stress-inducing thoughts and toxic attachments. Do you know what a toxic attachment is? You know, the one you woke up this morning and decided to let go? Well, you know, this morning was the morning that you did it, or whenever that you said, okay, you know what? This is making me sick. And I can see that nobody else is here in the room to take responsibility for it, so I'm going to take it myself. You know, we go through all these different dances, but to get to the point to where we own it, we become aware, this is me about me, and things that I am definitely going to let go of so that I can then create this space that I can make discoveries about maybe who I really am, maybe what really is fulfilling. So here we are right now, engaged in this, because we're talking about a lot of mental clutter that we've created for ourselves. And we start wiping the slate, wiping it clean of, well, any of you ever worry? You ever meet anyone who doesn't worry? If you have, then you've met someone who is well on their way to becoming whole. Or to be, you know, you can be with someone else and they start saying, God, did you realize what's happening in the world today? Doesn't it scare you? Did you hear about some guy that came in to this classroom and just went and killed all these poor little children? And I'm thinking to myself, I used to look forward to hearing that because it gave me a sense of distraction so I didn't have to focus on myself. But now I'm saying, you know what? I don't want to hear that. I have compassion for those who engaged in it and were the recipients of it, but I'm much more concerned about me maintaining my own integrity so that I can handle whatever comes up to me. And if that happens to do with conversationally handling it, you know, okay, I'll look and see, all right, is the person who's giving this to me, are they capable of hearing from me that I don't want to hear this anymore? Or is that going to be too much of a shock to them because they are so engaged in the telling? So, you know, with this I'm saying, you also learn discernment. So let it go. Or if at least afterwards I'm able to let it go instead of finding myself wrapped up and thinking about, oh my God, what happened? Oh my God, what happened? See, the fact of the matter is, what we call tragedy is a part of life, and it's happening all the time. So are we going to, you know, wander around the world looking to find the tragedy so that we can then engage in it and see how it feels to us? That may be part of your karma, but it's certainly not mine. So I'm just saying, let it go is very benefiting. But not just because and with regard to the negative, but think about it now. If you're awakening and becoming a conscious creator, and you're recognizing that your imagination truly is the realm of creativity, and you start engaging in searching in that realm of imagination to discover who you want to be, that then reveals itself to you, that's who you are, then you're going to constantly be looking in the circumstantial world to find that. And it requires a degree of awakening and maturity to then get to the place of realizing, I need to let it go here too. Because if this is truly who I am, I'm not going to make myself be. I'm going to have to let my discovery be. Let it be so that it can come forth into this circumstantial realm and reveal itself to me. And you see, I am personally enjoying in that because I'm learning. It's a matter of mastery to recognize, okay, this is a gift that is being given to me by the creator of all that is, and is waiting to see how I'm going to deal with it, how I'm going to handle it. So then we get to a place of back to the lecture. And you see, that then engages us in, okay, what's an example that's really going to help us physically, mentally, emotionally recognize, let it go, and what that means. So, did I bring mine up? Yeah, I did. Yeah. So I managed to give everybody a washer, right? Okay. So everybody has their washer? I seriously thought about making it silver dollars, but then I realized you might not let it go. So a washer, I know damn good and well you'll let that go. Okay, so here we go. This next step is fun. Here's a simple exercise. So let me explain the technique more thoroughly by asking you to participate in a simple exercise. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. Pick up your washer. Anything that, see, you'd be willing to drop. Silver dollar? Another question. And that's without giving it a second thought, you see. Now hold it in front of you and really grip it tightly. Pretend this is one of your limiting feelings, that your hand represents your gut or your consciousness, okay? If you held this long enough, this would feel uncomfortable, yet familiar. Now open your hand. Let it roll around. Oh. See, it's round. It's got a hole in the middle. Notice that you are the one holding it, and it's not attached to your hand. The same is true with your feelings. Your feelings are as attached to you as the object is attached to your hand. Yeah. Let that mentally and emotionally register. Okay? We hold our feelings and we forget we're holding on to them. It's even in our language. When we feel angry or sad, we don't usually say, I feel angry. I feel sad. Rather, we say, I am angry. I am sad. Without realizing it. We misidentify that we are the feeling. Often we believe a feeling is holding on to us. That's not true. You can argue it, you can debate it, but the fact is, it isn't you. We are always in control and just don't know it. Okay, now let the object go. Okay, what happened? You let go of the object, and thank God for gravity, it fell to the floor. Was that hard? No. Of course not. This is what we mean when we say, let it go. So you've been such a cooperative audience this morning. May the law of the miraculous now be performing for you, and you look down, and my God is turned into a silver dollar. Thank you for your attention.